Welcome to Royal Lovers. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and show some love to royalty. I am your host, Carl. Today, we delve into an unfolding royal saga. King Charles III, the monarch of the United Kingdom, was recently spotted attending a Sunday church service solo at St Mary Magdalene Church in Sandringham. His wife, Queen Camilla, was noticeably absent. This solitary appearance might seem insignificant at first glance, but it plays into a larger narrative that's causing quite a stir in royal circles. Our focus today is on an issue that's been simmering for a while now. Prince Harry, Charles's younger son, has made it abundantly clear that he has no intention of bringing his wife Meghan and their children back to the UK. In a recent interview for ITV's documentary, Tabloids on Trial, he laid bare his concerns about their safety in his homeland. "They push me too far. It's still dangerous," Harry declared, "and all it takes is one lone actor, one person who reads this stuff to act on what they have read, and whether it's a knife or acid, whatever it is. And these are things that are of genuine concern for me." This isn't just Harry being overly cautious. He's talking about real threats that his family faces in the UK. He fears for his family's safety, and it's not hard to understand why he would take such a stance. But instead of addressing these concerns head-on, Charles and his allies are reportedly throwing tantrums about Harry keeping his children away from their grandfather. This royal dilemma is reminiscent of a similar situation faced by Queen Elizabeth II in the past. In 2022, she took decisive steps to ensure the Sussex's security during their visit to the UK. So it's puzzling that Charles, who now wears the crown, seems unwilling to make the same kind of effort for his own son and grandchildren. Instead of solving this dilemma the same way Q2 solved it, by ensuring the Sussex's security in the UK, Charles and his allies are throwing loud tantrums about how Harry is keeping his children away from Charles. Behind palace walls, the situation is far from calm. A storm of frustration brews, centering around Prince Harry's police protection. Some have suggested that King Charles could easily mend the rift by reinstating Harry's security, but this power actually resides with Ravek. And as Harry has so persistently proven through his many legal challenges, the royal courtiers are not just bystanders. They are integral parts of Ravek, and it's these very courtiers who have actively worked against Harry's interests. They've been less than forthcoming with the committee regarding the Sussex's security needs and Harry's offers to cover security costs. This situation starkly contrasts with how Queen Elizabeth II handled a similar issue back in 2022. She made specific moves to ensure that the Sussexes would have security during their Jubilee visit. It was a straightforward solution that demonstrated respect for the Sussexes' safety concerns. King Charles could take a leaf out of his mother's book. He could make the same arrangements for any future Sussex family visits. But the question lingers. Why doesn't he? This reluctance is even more puzzling considering the risks the Sussexes face. The United Kingdom isn't necessarily safer than the United States, where gun crime is a significant concern. However, in the US, the Sussexes have private security that works hand in hand with American law enforcement during public outings. They sought a similar arrangement in the UK to ensure their safety, given the level of threats against them. But this request has been denied multiple times under Ravek's orders. So, as we delve deeper behind palace walls, we glimpse a complex web of power dynamics, royal protocol, and personal interests. We see a king who could extend a protective hand to his son and grandchildren, just as his mother once did. But the reality is, he chooses not to. Charles could do the same for any Sussex family visit. He just doesn't want to. The issue of security is a paramount concern for the Sussex family. The family's safety has been a topic of intense discussion and debate, with the spotlight shining brightly on the stark difference in security provisions between the United Kingdom and the United States. In the United States, the Sussexes have taken their protection into their own hands, employing private security to ensure their safety. This private security team is not a standalone entity, but works hand in glove with American law enforcement, particularly when the family makes significant public appearances. This was evident during their trip to New York last fall, an event that caused quite a stir in the British tabloids. Now, Prince Harry, a man who has spent his entire life within the protective wings of royal security, finds himself in a peculiar situation. He has made multiple attempts to establish a similar security arrangement in his homeland. His proposition is simple: to have his private security team coordinate with the UK law enforcement, given the level of threats against him and his family. After all, he's not just a former royal, he's a father and a husband, responsible for the safety of his loved ones. However, this seemingly straightforward request has hit a wall. The Royal and VIP Executive Committee, commonly known as RAVEC, is the body responsible for making decisions about the security of the royals, and it seems they have been denying Prince Harry's request, not once, but multiple times. This denial comes despite the fact that Harry has made it clear he's willing to cover the security costs himself. So, we find ourselves in a situation where a family who undoubtedly faces threats due to their high-profile status is left grappling with security concerns. The question that arises is why these concerns are not being given due consideration. Why is a father's plea for his family's safety falling on deaf ears? And why, under Ravek's orders, has this been denied to him multiple times? But what about the grandchildren? This is the question on many lips as we delve into the grandparent dilemma that has been unfolding across the pond. King Charles, the grandfather of two charming Sussex children, seems to have made no real effort to visit his grandchildren in sunny California, even before his unfortunate cancer diagnosis. One would assume that the bond between a grandparent and their grandchildren would be strong enough to bridge any ocean. Yet it appears that this is not the case here. This lack of effort is not only perplexing, but also raises questions about the nature of the relationship between Charles and his son, Prince Harry. It's a well-known fact that the father-son relationship has been strained for years. The rift was further widened when Harry and his wife Meghan made the decision to step away from royal duties and establish their lives in the United States. This move, while shocking to some, was seen by others as a necessary step for the couple to protect their family and their mental health. However, one would hope that despite the disagreements and differences, a path to reconciliation would be sought, especially for the sake of the grandchildren who are innocent in this situation. But it appears that Charles has shown little interest in mending fences with his son Harry, and by extension his grandchildren. The question then arises, why is there such a lack of effort on Charles's part? Is it a matter of pride, a display of power, or simply a lack of interest? Only Charles can answer these questions. However, it's clear that the absence of a grandfather figure in the lives of the Sussex children is a sad reality that they will have to navigate. This grandparent dilemma is not just about the physical distance between a grandfather and his grandchildren. It's about a rift in a family that needs healing. It's about reconciliation, and most importantly, it's about love, or the lack of it. In the end, it seems that Charles doesn't give a shitty about seeing his grandchildren or reconciling with Harry. In the end, the Sussexes' security remains a contentious issue. The royal family, particularly King Charles III, finds itself at the center of this ongoing controversy. It's a tangled web of power, responsibility, and family ties. Throughout the video, we've traversed the vast landscape of the Sussexes' security dilemma. From Prince Harry's open concerns about the safety of his family to the behind-the-scenes politics of the palace, it's clear that this issue is far from black and white. King Charles III's reluctance to ensure the Sussexes' security, as Queen Elizabeth II did in 2022, only adds fuel to the fire. It leaves us questioning his priorities as a grandfather and a king. His inability to mend the rupture between him and Prince Harry is a poignant reminder of the complexities of royal life. Interestingly, the power to reinstate Prince Harry's police protection doesn't lie solely with King Charles. The Royal and VIP Executive Committee, RAVEC, plays a significant role in these decisions. Yet it seems that the royal courtiers, part of RAVEC, have worked against Harry's interests, failing to fully disclose the Sussexes' security needs. Moreover, the Sussexes' private security arrangement in the United States further accentuates the stark contrast in their treatment. Their freedom to coordinate with American law enforcement during public outings is a privilege denied to them in the UK. As we try to untangle this royal dilemma, it's hard to overlook the fact that King Charles III has made no effort to visit his grandchildren in California. This raises the question, is it merely about security? Or is there a deeper rift between father and son? In conclusion, the saga of the Sussex's security is a testament to the complexities of royal life. It's a story of power, family, and the lengths one would go to protect their loved ones. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Show some love by subscribing and sharing the video. Remember to leave a comment. Thank you. I'm your loyal host, Carl.